Hey guys, welcome back to Three River Blades. What we're going to do today is a shop tour. Some guys been asking for it, so we'll walk around the shop. I'll show you what some of the kit and some of the gear that I use to make knives and holsters and all that good stuff, so make sure you stick around. Alright guys, so if you have been around for some time, you know that making knives, making holsters, making all that stuff, I have literally maybe a 200 square foot shop. It is very, very tiny. It is basically my garage shop, or whatever you want to call it. It's very, very small, but it works for me. I also work a full-time job, so I have quite a bit of busyness going on. So I have a family, I have a job. I also have knife making, holster making, that kind of thing, and I do a lot of eBay sales. So if you're interested, I'll look at the links down below. I do a lot of stuff on eBay, and a lot of that is military surplus and gear, and so if you're interested in that, you can check that out as well. All right, also, if you guys want to support this channel, it's very simple. Go into the description box below, go to Patreon, become a Patreon member. It only costs you $1 a month. And what that does is all these videos, including this one, you'll be able to see before everybody else. There's other levels too if you want mugs and sweatshirts and all that other stuff. You can also look down below. We have Teespring, or Spring it's now called, and you can get your merch there as well. As far as discounts go, very, very simple. Go to threeriverblades.com or threeriverkydex.com. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. First name, last name, and your email address. Hit send, then check your inbox for your confirmation link, and then that's it. That's all you have to do. That is the only place that I am going to send discount codes. So if you want discount codes, it's that simple. Also, check out all our social media. So the big ones: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think Pinterest is another one. Tumblr. I have all that stuff. I'm also on Blogger and Reddit. If you guys are interested, all these videos will be posted up there as well. So what we're going to do today is very simple. I'm going to walk around the shop, show you kind of how I do some of my stuff, and if you learn something, great. And what I really need from you is some feedback. So put all the comments down below. If there's something that you guys want to see, I think I just reached 55,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. I'm trying to make it to 100K. And if there's something that you want to see, I do knife reviews, I do knife testing, I do how-to videos on how to build knives, how to just put in the comments what you want to see on this channel. It's very simple. I've taken a lot of my videos that were prepper related or survivalist related, and I put them on Three Rivers Survival. So if you are a prepper, or if you are somebody that likes survival gear and kit, you got to go to the link down below. Three Rivers Survival will take you over there. Also, my Kydex products are very simple. Go to Three River Kydex on YouTube and you can check out all the stuff that I'm making here. When I say anything about Kydex, any type of kit, so this happens to be bear spray kit. All right, it's just a holster, all right, with the tech lock on it. You can also get this. I don't sell the bear spray, by the way, so you have to get that on Amazon, or any of your sporting goods store, but I do sell the holster for it, and I believe this one is the 7.9 ounce, so 7.9 ounce. All right, again, I'm an outdoorsman and a woodsman. If you look back in my archives, you can see that I do a lot of hunting outdoors. I have holsters ready made, so if you're somebody that needs a SIG holster inside the waistband, that kind of stuff. So all types of Kydex products that I can make, different colors, that kind of thing. All right, that's on Three River Kydex. Three River Survival, like I said, is the prepping channel, and then of course Three River Blades is where I'm going to be making all my steels, all right, all my knives, that kind of thing, so you can check that out. I also do knife reviews. If you guys have watched the last couple collections, you see that I've done a bunch of my collection, my folder knives. I'm kind of on the cusp of figuring out if I want to keep doing reviews or if I want to do more of this stuff, so any of your feedback would definitely help me to kind of see where the videos are going to go. but I'll give you a shop tour, okay? Because I know that's what really most people are here for. So let's take a look at that, all right? So over here, this is my mill. I don't use it all too much other than carrying stuff, but if I need it, it's there. I believe it's shopfox.biz. It's kind of decent. All right, I use it every now and then. Over here is where I do basically all my work. This is my really big workbench, and I do all my work here. I built this bench myself. Underneath here, I got my Kydex presses. I have all my parts for my Kydex stuff. This is all Kydex right here. So over here, this is all Kydex. So this is all different Kydex colors and designs. So if you guys are interested in, you know, any type of holsters, or even if you ordered a knife and you wanted something that was of a different color for your knife sheath, I could do that as well. Again, over here, this is more Kydex and G10. So this is all G10 in here. All right, G10 and micarta. I also have some more G10 and micarta, and these are all just hand tools down at the bottom. I'm gonna have belts everywhere. Here's some projects over here where I'm working on a couple axes. I gotta work on a couple axe sheets right there. So there is quite a bit of work going on in my shop at all times. These are the orders that I need to get through. Some of them are Three River blades, some of them are Three River Kydex, all kinds of nuts, bolts, that kind of thing. And yes, I do use all types of rouge and rouge or wax or bars that is gonna smooth out the edges, that kind of stuff. And just to give you an idea of this workshop, up here I have all my blanks or designs that at some point I used. Some are built, some are not, but you know, that kind of gives me an idea of what I want to make. And again, if I run out, I usually don't make a lot of doubles. So once I stopped making a knife, I pretty much don't use it anymore, but I put it up there in case somebody else wants one. And then at least I have the template, okay? So those templates come in very, very handy. And again, I just hang a bunch of crap up there if I need it, like scissors, screwdrivers, all that kind of thing. Pegboard is good, but it's not awesome, all right? So sometimes it breaks, all right? Again, more pegboards, all my grinding wheels. These are all nuts, bolts, screws, lights, acetone. These are all the polyurethanes, paints, WD-40, JB Weld, that kind of stuff. More paints. These are more hand tools that I have. So this is my small table bandsaw. Very small. I didn't make this. This was I think it's Swags or whatever company, and then you can actually, this is a handheld. I do have a larger one, but it doesn't fit in here anymore, so I had to put it in storage. But it works really well for what I need it for. It's not too big, it's pretty small. This is just a regular hot plate. It's a 24-inch hot plate. That's where I do all my heating of my Kydex. Some guys use ovens, I use that. This is my Build It grinder. This is probably one of the, I think it was the second grinder that I've actually built. I think you get these on like knife kit, not knife kits, I forget what kind of Texas Knife Company or something like that. So you buy all the parts and it's just all tubular steel and you just put it together yourself. And this is pretty good piece of equipment. If you'll see, I have 3 grinders set up here for my knives, but what that does is it allows me, I don't have to keep changing arms, which is nice. I don't want to keep changing everything. I just go from one to the other. This bearing right here is falling apart, so I got to fix that. I got to get a new wheel for that. And again, all this stuff will break down at some time. This is my jet. This is a really big sander, belt sander, disc sander combination. Expensive, very big, expensive piece of equipment, but this is where I do all my flat grinding process. If you have gotten pieces of steel back from heat treat or you heat treat it yourself, you'll notice that not everything is completely flat. So this is where I do all my flat work. You've probably seen some of my videos. So I do my flat work there, and I also have a disc grinder. I believe this is a 6-inch by 48-inch, so 2 feet by 6 inches. All right, so these are not cheap either, and I did get the stand with it because it's just too heavy to move around. Extra steels and saws and all kinds of stuff back there. And this is my Wilmot grinder. I'll give them a little shout out. This is not a cheap grinder either. It's actually turned on its side. And what I use this one for is all the handles, handle grinding, or the notch, sharpening notch. That's actually a sharpening notch jig that's on there right now. And it's pretty decent. I've used this. It hasn't, nothing has broken off of it so far, and I use it all the time. All right, so pretty good. Variable speed, really nice setup. Wilmot makes a really great product. Right, this is the second bench that I built over here, 2x4s and plywood, and this is my KMG grinder. This was the first grinder that I ever got. 10-inch wheel, and you can see that I have a whole bunch of wheels back there. What that does is it just gives me more range to do different types of hollow grinds. Again, variable speed, and all this runs off 110 if anybody's interested in that. It runs off 110, so I could plug it into a regular household utility and it'll work. All right, more pegboard, all my clamps, some more hand tools, just a plethora of stuff. Okay, so, and again, down at the bottom I have more hand tools, more chisels, more files, that kind of thing. Up here, again, files, more hand tools, files. All right, this is one of the last pieces of equipment I bought, was the Baldor buffer. I bought it with the stand. It was very expensive. Again, you'll notice a theme here. Things get expensive, but it doesn't make you a better knife maker. It just makes your life easier. Okay, so but it's great. I mean, I could put 12-inch wheels on there and just do all the buffing I need. And again, this is the old Harbor Freight buffing wheel that I still use. I put it on a stand. I think this whole thing was from Harbor Freight. Really cheap. It doesn't have the power of this one, but what this is good for is a little bit slower, and I could use it to burnish edges on Kydex, which is nice. So I don't have to rip it apart. I just kind of use that and it works pretty good. The air compressor that I got there is a Craftsman. I had to replace my old air compressor because it died. That's the second one I replaced. This is a new model of Craftsman. It's okay. I think it's like a 30, was it the 30 gallon? It's not the largest. I would prefer a larger one, but the larger ones were very expensive at the time, so I just got what I needed to get it and go, because I needed to build product, and I can't build product if I don't have an air compressor. All right, so regular hose, all that stuff, and then here's where I keep all my belts. Again, I built pretty much everything in this shop, so 2x4s with hooks, different types of belts, setups, that kind of thing, and my sandblaster. Again, this is another Harbor Freight thing. Anything that says Central Pneumatic on it is Harbor Freight. It's usually made by the cheapest company that you can afford, and it works, but it doesn't work forever. You're going to wind up replacing it. I can't tell you how many air guns I replaced already for this. Okay, so the guns themselves, the air guns, they get clogged up and they're just horrendous. So I just keep a spare kit there anytime I need it. More steel on the bottom there. There's more junk steel here, more sisal wheels, that kind of thing. And again, this is my drill press. You don't have to get a floor model, but the floor model, it just kind of fit. I wanted something a little bit more powerful than a hand drill and a little bit more steady. This is just an XYZ vise. All right, so I'm able to do XYZ, so it's nice. And again, like I said, I do have a really nice mill over there in the corner, and that thing is super heavy, but it's heavy duty and I could use it for a lot of things, but I'm not creating so many designs that I don't have to use that every single day. I just use it on special projects, and I like to have that. So, and then again, this is where I keep all this. In here is where I keep all my cordage. So you can see all the cordage. So any type of wraps that I need to do. So 550 cord wraps, I have them in different colors, that kind of thing. So, and then here's another press, Kydex press, if I need it. And then of course I always try to keep things that I'm working on, you know, on the bench itself. So this is a customer's knife, and sometimes it's best to do things in different days because you're tired or whatever. So this is a hollow grind Huntsman. It's made in D2 obviously, and I got the flats done, and then I did the hollow grind. So it's looking really good, and I decided that I was tired because I think I was making like 2 or 3 knives that day, and I just always let it sit overnight. Don't try to rush the project. Every time you try to rush the project, it's going to go bad and it's going to mess up your work, and then you have to start all over. So that's not good. All right. Couple extra blanks here at the bottom. So if you guys don't know what a blank is, this is a blank. I get a whole sheet of steel, and then what I do is I send my image or my design to a water jet guy, and he cuts out as many as he can for that piece of steel. So I don't have too many of these left. So if you're somebody who likes the Mark 1 Scout, I think there's 3 or 4 in there. I would definitely order that. I have some Huntsman left. That's a Huntsman. These are on sale right now. These are the Mosquitoes. I just sold one of these as well. Really nice, robust little knife. So I got a couple of those left. And the last ditch. This is the last ditch. I only have a couple more of those left. So like I said, guys, it's coming down to the wire. I completely out of the void knife. So see the void knife up here? This is the void knife. And like I said, I always keep the design around, so if I need to make more. So the next batch of voids are right here. So I have to cut out all the steel, and along with all the other products or projects that I have, and I got to make more of those. So that's why I keep that. And then we also have the hatchet. So the hatchet's down here. Let's see if I can pull this out. So this is the one. I'm sorry. There you go. There's the Turk right there, and it just doesn't look really good in that kind of state. But these are all heat treated, L7 steel, ready to go, ready to purchase. Just go to the website if you want one and order it. Okay, so I have a box of those. Those are ready to go, all heat treated. All I have to do is clean them up a little bit, and then put some handles on, and then get them out to you. There's also a bunch of 1.7s. I don't know if I can see it. Hold on. Yeah, they're behind here. All right, so there's a bunch of 1.7s over here. So that's a really big chopping knife if you're interested in that. And then I also have my Wilderness buoys, which are getting a little bit rusted. So yeah, my Wilderness buoys, really nice. Big fat knife. I wouldn't worry, that's just surface rust. That's going to grind off anyway. But yeah, so if you need a really big Bowie knife, I got quite a few of those. And if you're interested in those, just go to the website. We'll knock it out for you, send it out to you as soon as possible. Okay. So as you can see, my workbench is a little bit messy, but it's like controlled chaos like anything else. I'm pretty sure all you guys can relate to controlled chaos. And over here I just have some small pieces of steel in case I need to make something, so it's there. Alright guys, so I hope you appreciate this video. Please like, subscribe, share this video. If there's something you really want to see on this channel, let me know. Put all the comments down below. Check out all the links in the description box, and as always guys, please stay safe.